What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Black Butler, Season 5, Episode 4. So in this one, Sebastian's starting to be a butler for Sullivan, and so he teaches her some English because she wants to, be able to talk to Seal more as she's, helping him recover. And she wants to wear some of I guess outsider clothing, and the only stuff that can fit her is Seal. So, all her servants they don't want her to wear outside stuff. So Sebastian uses Sullivan's bed cover to create a dress for her, and basically I guess and she likes to dress, and then she gives some medicine for she how she learns English some is to so I guess Sebastian had this English medicine book with him that in order to help her learn some words, and then so she helps Seal, and then we also see Seal. So basically, he's still blind, but according to Sullivan, as that his sight should come back as he recovers more, because she believes it's from a psychological shock, which yeah, it is, because he was reminded of what happened with those devil worshippers, uh, you know, abducted him, and so Sullivan sees able to deduce that by the demon markings on Sebastian and Seal that they have some connection to devil worshippers. Sebastian says that Seal was kidnapped by them and was almost sacrificed. And he doesn't reveal that he's a demon himself. He doesn't explain. Basically, Sullivan's like, yeah. She's like, I don't want to bring up any more painful memories of you for you, so I'm gonna keep this to myself. And yeah, basically, she respect. She wants to keep it to herself. And then so we see some of Finian's backstory. So he was basically experimented on in this lab. He was basically given a number. He didn't have a name per se. And so basically all the other like lab rats were basically killed, and he's the only survivor. He escapes. He escaped, and then he's found by Sebastian and Seal, who teach him how to farm and stuff, and he basically becomes the gardener for the Phantom Hive household. And he feels like he owes he wants to help Seal because he feels like basically Seal's the reason he's where he's at today, and he wants to help Seal because of the debt he feels like he owes. And so yeah, and it's just a brief flashback, not too much good, and obviously Wolfram's pissed off about Sebastian being a better butler than he is, because I mean, he's Sebastian. He's one hell of a butler. You have to be really good to compete with him at being a butler. I mean, you almost have to be a demon, almost. So yeah, so as far as episode goes, I thought this was really good. It was funny. You know, Sullivan wa- Sullivan was funny. She's an interesting character, and she's I mean, yeah, she's very mature for her age because, well, okay, I don't know if that's the right way to say it. but she's very knowledgeable for her age. She's not the most mature. I mean, like, so Sebastian like teaches her how to like, I guess what British nobility would say is the proper order to use silverware. Not me, I don't give a crap. I'm like, I'll use silverware however the frick I want. I don't care what the proper order is. I see food. If it's food I like, I'll freaking eat it. And whatever silverware I need for it, I'll use. I don't care about the order of things. And so, I mean, that's just me. I mean, obviously, Sebastian's a butler for a British noble, so the proper order of things is important. Yeah, I mean, we know how we all know how European nobles could be back in that day when it comes to that. And so, this was a very funny episode. That was good. It was interesting to see Finian's backstory. And, Seal, like obviously he's still dealing with stuff, and then so we also got to deal with whether the false wallet. So there was a false wall that Sebastian and Snake find, and that's something that's going to be explored in probably next episode. And how's that going to be connected to the werewolves, to like the witches, cursed, all that stuff? That should be revealed. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's and see how the mystery unfolds. Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers, Episode 4. So in this one, basically, Unica meets Bridget, and basically like he like I guess she's injured, and then like Bridget like Unica's injured, Bridget helps her recover, and so like yeah, like it's an and like then basically what happens here is and I guess she's still dealing with, I guess, how she feels about gears and all that. Then we have Sin, who's still dealing with the aftermath. Basically Sin, like, wants, I guess, get through to her. You know, and then it's a weird thing. And like basically, some character assumes that he's trying to get with Unica. He denies it. I'm not gonna get into whether or not that's true or not. 'Cause, right, personally, I don't care right now. And as far as it goes, basically, there's a battle. Soul like helps him. Like basically, Sin's very naive, and he's very naive. He like what he's trying to learn. Basically, he has to deal with how the real world freaking works. And then like it's a as far as the quality, like this ain't a very action heavy episode. This is more like exposition. It's like everyone dealing with the fall, and it looks like there's a war. There's well, the war, there's like they have to deal with stuff from like the United States and Illyria. Yeah, and then like yeah, and so like we don't know like what's going on. So like basically it was like there's some conflict that could start involving them, and then basically like we have to deal with this, and then as far as the quality goes, it's better than the previous three. I will say it is the best episode so far, but it's still not that great. Like I personally don't care if I wasn't reviewing it. If I was, I would have dipped out of this show a while ago if I wasn't reviewing it. But, uh, but okay, but it seems like there's at least some improvement over the course of the show. So maybe as a whole, the show could get better. Maybe it could be good. I don't know. I hope it does, because I don't want to feel like my time's being wasted. But hopefully, this could be a good show. I think this week, you know, I I'm still not a fan of the animation, and yeah, I mean, it's so hard to. I mean, I've like basically just watched it, and like it's still hard to remember some stuff that's happened in the episode. So yeah, I'll continue on with this show, see if it improves. Yaiba, Samurai Legend, Episode 4. So in this one, Yaiba's starring his training under Musashi, where he has to try to walk across these lily pads without falling, which has some comical results. And then, like, while this is going on, Onimaru basically, like, turns into, like, his demon form, this his Oni form, and takes over the Japanese, the diet, or diet, however it's pronounced, and basically takes over Japan. Like, that's basically, he just takes over Japan. And like what all this is going on, and he sends like this talking frog and talking snake, like they said these villains after like Yaiba, they try steal the Raijinkin, and then there's a fight. Yaiba basically gets kind of like possessed by the Raijinkin, like goes crazy, so Musashi and the frog guy I can't remember his name. They team up briefly to fight off Yaiba to like get basically the orb, the lightning orb, whatever falls out of the sword, and basically he's able to calm down. Then the snake lady, you know, tries to steal the orb, holds Sokka hostage, but Yaiba uses this spinning attack to like defeat like her ninjas and her. And then when she tries to like kill the frog, because the frog guy, dude, Musashi helping him. He doesn't really want to fight Yaiba and his friends, and so Yaiba basically gets in, protects him, and he's like, "Hey, if y'all want him," tells us he tells Snake like, "Hey, if y'all want this guy, frog guy, we'll take him." And Snake goes like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe eat him." Frog was like, "Wait, what?" Guy was like, "Hey, go away, let's get out of here, so that we don't actually eat you." And then, like basically Snake Lady's defeated. That's really it. I thought this was a fun episode. The Spain attack was really awesome. And yeah, dude, it's definitely escalating with Onimaru. Like it's pretty interesting what happens. See, yeah, like it's escalating, things are picking up. I thought this was really good. It's definitely setting up a lot of stuff with Yaiba and Onimaru, and like this is pretty freaking good. And so they're gonna try to find Kojiro Sasaki, who's like this. this old samurai, this samurai who like had this sword. They're trying to like find. They're gonna try to find him, and then like that seems to be what they'll be doing with future later this season. And this, yeah, this episode's freaking good. I this is this is really freaking good. Yeah, I liked it, and I liked it, and I look forward to the rest of the season. Yeah, and it's freaking interesting. And so Onimar becoming the ruler of Japan, that is going to play a role because I know you have like these super powerful. You're gonna have powerful beings, supernatural stuff, and basically it's gonna look weird. I was like, oh yeah, let's set up to say, yeah, there's a big fight about to happen. So, so yeah, I liked it. I thought this was, really good. I mean, this was a fantastic episode. I mean, it was so funny. Musa, she was funny. When the snake lady was in like her human form, she was like an attractive woman. So he was like, "Oh, yeah, you can, yeah, you can come here." Like it's so funny. Like I like this. I thought this was really good. Um, Looking forward to the rest of this series. So yeah, well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.